No,
Seriously, come
seriously.
on now.
That they use AI to help complete the game.
Was it at the end of it, or was it because I think the problem is that AI wasn't
Wait, what part?
Well,
really.
the so when it comes to like stories and
You better not be
no,
joshing me.
I would never josh you.
Josh me.
I would never josh.
I would never swindle you,
Exactly.
knave.
I'm gonna
Not
roll.
you.
Let me roll a dice on this one. I don't know if I trust you.
Maybe that
Let me
asshole
let me.
shadow flare I might, but not you, knave. No,
Oh God, this stupid dog. Hold on. Go.
Jesus. We're recording, by the way.
Oh no.
Welcome to the Inverted Society.
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hi.
back.
Hi. How is everybody doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing absolutely great. Been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 and loving it so far. So I've been having a blast.
BG3, so funny. Oh, so am I.
We're playing it. Oh, you too? Really?
Yeah. Oh my
Oh man, what a
God. We should play
coincidence. We
together. Oh my
should play together.
God.
Mo, you playing
Yeah, I played
BG3?
it for like 5 minutes.
Oh, you
That's
should play with
disgusting.
us. Totally play this game with us. It's
I
great.
Yeah, you need to fix that right away. You at least need 20 hours under your
It's
belt
just
like I do.
that the I got a little bit lost at the dong size.
Oh,
You know what? I'm kind of disappointed by that. I thought the settings were going to
Well,
be a
like I
lot
said,
better.
it goes by the user. It's user preference. So the system it goes by.
you said
I mean,
your preferences? Your preferences in girth,
what are you
length,
trying to say?
width.
It's a simulation. It's simulated.
Oh shit.
No,
Oh no.
I just mean like they're all flaccid and one's circumcised, one's uncircumcised, but there's not like any like.
Actually, they're not flaccid during the cutscenes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, they do go.
Wait, how do you know this? I thought we've been playing together, and we haven't seen any
I
cutscenes.
told you.
No. I just know they do.
Wait. You looked it up? You want to
No,
see what these graphics look like on ultra
Wait, you're
settings?
googling the dongs?
It sounds to me like
no.
yes, because we haven't seen any of that yet.
Listen, listen. I just know things because I don't
he's,
remember how I know this, but I just know it.
he's like, I wanted to check out this fidelity, and these
Yeah.
graphics, the buoyancies,
Yeah,
the bouncies.
I wanted to test out FSR. You know.
All right, so everybody's been going crazy about this game, Baldur's Gate 3, and it is a very good game. I've been saying it, and I'm gonna say it right now. I feel like people who are like going crazy about BG3 didn't play any of the original Sin games, none of them, because I don't know about y'all, but me playing it, it feels a lot like original Sin with dice. Am I wrong in
Yeah,
that?
that's true. I think the main difference, of course, is that there is more of a Dungeons and Dragons rule set versus where Divinity Original Sin 2. I think that they had their own mechanics to it. So, like for example, the whole action point system, that sort of thing. I mean, sure, it was still a virtual tabletop, but there are some you can kind of see some differences here or there.
I mean, there's differences, but you could almost say that it's original Sin 3.
Well, I'm sure that they definitely put in a lot of mechanics that
I mean,
are reminiscent of the other game. I mean, in fact, there's even callbacks to the other game if you bought the I believe if you bought the ultimate tier or whatever it's called. Remember the collector's
yeah, I did.
edition, I guess. Yeah, they have the mask. Remember that mask that one skeleton guy would use to shapeshift?
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
that's in the game. They also put the cloak of the Red Prince as well on there. So there's definitely some callbacks
Are
to
they
the to DOS 2.
are they using the same engine, the one that they created for original Sin? Because I mean, they didn't do it from scratch, obviously, right?
Oh no, they had to. I mean, from what I understood, they had to build it from the ground up because they had to build it based off of the D&D's. Believe it's fifth edition that I'm looking for.
Oh well,
But anyway, but yeah, I think honestly, I was trying to think back, and the fact that this is using like cutscenes, we didn't really see that in DOS 2. At least not. I mean, there might have been maybe like a
the
cinematic, but I don't think that they ever did like the way that you communicate
yeah,
with in that game versus this one. It gets all close and stuff, and you're almost like you're playing Mass Effect in a way where you have all these
definitely
dialogue. Yeah,
has a AAA flavor to it in terms of cutscenes.
Personally, I can't tell this apart from a AAA title.
No, and me making the connection to Divinity Original Sin isn't a bad thing. That was an amazing game. This is also an amazing game. But it's just it's crazy that it took this for people to take a look at Larian and give them their credit where it was due. Because I mean they've been making some good games, and I didn't discover them until Divinity Original Sin 2. And now that we're playing this game, I'm like, man, it feels like just that, but better.
Yeah, I think on that note, it's a little weird that game developers were actually ganging up on Larian. I actually didn't look. I didn't look too far into it, but
I
I
think
just
Mo
know
did.
that.
Maybe he could fill us in on some of that.
I did what?
Yeah, he's
No, I'm
AFK.
here. No, I don't. Am I? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
hear you.
No, because I really haven't touched or played on Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh no, he was asking about the. Remember how there was a news article about how the or actually this might have been an event or something. There was these game developers that were kind of dogpiling on Larian Studios. I believe that one of them was actually Obsidian. I can't remember who the others were. They were like major companies that were kind of like dogpiling on Larian, I
I
guess.
think it was a lot of different companies, different developers, different employees, all
Yeah,
giving their 2 cents and basically trying to downplay the success, making it seem
yeah.
like it was
Make
a
it.
bit. I will say this: they made it seem like, oh, it's a once in a lifetime thing. I'm like, no, I played DOS 2. They were doing this prior. It's just
Yeah,
even better now, and it's not that much of a difference in terms of the quality they were putting out before.
I think there may have been some mockery about how long it took them because I guess the game has been. I guess the game was in early access for a few years. So quite a while.
Oh yeah, let's
Also,
let, let's demonize them actually taking their time to make it proper.
I heard.
yeah, I never get mad about that.
No,
Sorry,
I was
what you
gonna
gonna
say I
say?
heard they didn't actually like develop the game. That AI developed the game for them.
Is that what
Is that
Yeah,
happened?
real?
I heard that actually.
Wait,
No, no,
seriously, come
seriously.
on now.
That they used AI to help complete the game.
Was it at the end of it or was it because I think the problem is that AI wasn't
Wait, what part?
Well,
really.
the so when it comes to like stories,
You better not be
no,
joshing me.
I would never josh you.
Josh me.
I would never josh.
I would never swindle you,
Exactly.
knave.
I'm gonna
Not
roll.
you.
Let me roll a dice on this one. I don't know if I trust you.
Maybe that
Let me
asshole
let me.
Shadow Flare I might, but not you, knave.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll dice on this on his mind reads
No,
mine on this.
but
Oh
look,
shit.
they said that they used a lot of chat GPT for the story, and that a lot of the story was created by AI, and all they had to do was pretty much do like the graphics and the designing, and even a lot of the graphics and designing were used by AI too. That's how they were able to rush it out.
I mean,
And
I don't know if I believe it, but
on top of that, the product was actually very, very buggy for a long time. And when they first initially sold the product, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. This game was not perfect uh, when it came to its initial release, and when people were buying it initially on PC. So there were a lot of problems. You can actually see that on Steam still.
Right. And the
really,
thing is, yeah, no, it's true. But bear in mind that was early access. So that's basically like it could be an early stage alpha or it could be a beta. So I think that the thing was that if you bought the game, that's the thing that people need to realize that when you go into Steam and you actually go to the page of the game, it actually does say that bear in mind this game is not finished. So it's it is one of those things where it's like if you bought it and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna play this the fuck out of this right now. It's like yeah, I mean you're playing an incomplete game.
I mean, to be fair, the industry has made it a demo at this point, but it sounds to me like Larian actually had it as a testing bed because what came out is nothing like what it sounds like then.
Mm. Yeah, I'm a little surprised though that they would have used AI. I didn't even think it was out for that long. I feel like AI has only been like I don't know past a
Well, no,
year.
I mean, if you Google how powerful AI's been, they can actually create whole new songs. They're just deciphering ancient texts and even flying planes now. Yeah.
What?
Look, no, look, no. Go, if
Uh,
you don't believe me, Google Pybot. They,
No, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Well, I mean, it's not awesome because it's replacing pilots. It's replacing jobs, the economy.
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. Let me ask you
I'm
this:
not.
if
Yeah,
we ever hold on. If AI gets advanced enough to do all the jobs, doesn't that mean none of us have to
No,
work anymore?
that doesn't mean that's not what it means at all. It means that we'll just be.
Can it possibly be a utopia where we have robots doing everything and we just sit around and get
No, that's
fat?
not how it works.
I mean, would you be against that though? Just in case if
I
it did
would
happen,
be.
you would be against having slave robots that do everything for you, and all you have to do is just eat, sleep, and breathe
Well,
and shit.
the thing is, I mean, we're going to be bottom feeders. We're going to be taking up
Because
the
I'm not.
land. Well, we why would we still be needed when the elite can just get rid of us?
I mean, that's true too. But what if they don't? Like, what if in the world we just
That's
live on?
see, one of you is thinking in the terms of like a utopia. The other one's thinking it's going to be more of a dystopia.
yeah,
Definitely a horror-minded person.
like Terminator.
Yeah,
Dun,
yeah.
dun,
He's like,
dun, dun,
it's gonna be
dun, dun.
Skynet and shit. You
Exactly.
know, the freaking machine's gonna be hunting me down, and we'll be like, ah, John Connor.
I mean, it'd be awesome. I think if it was in the proper way. Not everything trying to kill you.
Well, yeah. I think machines. I mean, if they get, yeah, they've already. I know that they've probably taken precautions to make sure that the AI is only serving humans, but at the same time, I also feel like there's probably going to be like this idea of like malware that can infect AI now, and then the AI now has to fucking. I mean, and depending on what that malware does, it either breaks the AI or even like reprograms it in some way. I could see that being a thing.
You're reminding me too much of Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, that's how it was, right?
Yeah, that's
There was a
exactly
way
how it
for
was.
the shells to, or the ghosts to actually get infected.
Yep. Whenever you were mostly robotic or cybernetic, then you were susceptible to infections and hacking.
It was like an. I remember there was an episode of that where I think they were listening to a song or something like that, and it was causing, and it caused one of them to just like fucking just go on the fritz. It was pretty crazy.
No, I remember that one guy who kept thinking that he had a family, and the photo was just of him looking in the mirror, and he didn't remember or who he was, didn't know his name. They had completely wiped him clean and gave him a mission and nothing else. And whenever they started peering into his past, he realized he didn't have one.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. You know that is like really good anime.
Oh, the best, the
Oh
best.
my
And I mean,
god.
the movie set the tone, man. The movie, you got to watch the movie if you haven't seen it.
Absolutely. You know what? I've seen Standalone Complex. I actually watched the first one. I haven't seen the one after the first movie.
Is it weird that I used to lay down in the middle of the night and listen to the
Yes.
soundtrack? Just kind of vibe out.
It's
It's
got a
weird.
really good soundtrack.
It's got a great soundtrack. Like it's the kind of thing that you want to uh, drift away in. If you catch my drift.
No,
That one didn't land. I'm
you're gonna
sorry.
have to edit that out.
Okay.
Try again, Dave.
Ah. Okay.
We're gonna have to wah that one.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's like
Either way, it was
Paris.
good. It was a great soundtrack. I loved it. The art was great too, except for one of the series. I forget which one it was. I didn't like the art as much.
All right, well, we've strayed off topic.
We
Back
did.
to Diablo. So, or
What?
not Diablo. Ha! Sorry.
Wait, what's that? Wait.
Oh, nothing.
What's Diablo?
You didn't hear that. I don't know what that is.
No, what is this game? Is it a game?
It's a
was
game
it
you
good?
guys. It's a game you guys gave Game of the Year at one point.
Oh, did we?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't remember this. I remember giving it a solid.
Whose suggestion was it, huh? Who suggested we get it?
Mm-hmm. Whose was it?
I
Who
think
was
his
the
name
one that
starts
kept-
with an M, ends with a whore.
Mm.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Shit,
I
I'm gonna have to
still
whack that one
remember
out, right?
I still, I still vividly remember the countdown he was giving us. I'll never forget that. He counted down from 30 days all the way to it's gonna happen tomorrow. And
He was
here
so
we are.
excited too, and then like a
You really
child that had
were.
his the light like snuffed when he found out that Santa Claus wasn't real. He was just like,
You
"Oh
could
my god,
feel
the
his
dark days
seed.
are upon us."
You could feel when his soul just.
But the thing is,
crushed.
you all
Yeah.
continued to enjoy it until the honeymoon phase was over.
Hey man, I got my money's worth.
Yeah, I got my money's worth. I played the shit out of it.
Not like you, we
There wasn't
actually
really
paid for
there.
it.
The problem was that there wasn't really much more we could do on it, except for like maybe wait for the next season. But then the next season came out, and guess what? It's garbage. So it was just
Yeah.
like, all right, well, That's it. I wouldn't have given it Game of the Year. I can see why other people wanted to do it, but at the same
Oh,
time, I'm like, I wouldn't give it. I don't know. It. My question would be: are we really in this drought of really good games that a game like Diablo 4 is like Game of the Year?
yes, yes. You know why I say yes? Because since we're talking about Game of the Year, do you think Baldur's Gate 3 is deserving of Game of the Year?
Personally, I'm leaning more towards that right now. Like so far, it's like
Okay.
okay, Diablo 4 was a good game, and then till it wasn't, and then we will move on to what did we play? We played Remnant 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
one was
That was
that
great.
one actually I actually really enjoyed that one
I love that
um
one.
more than Diablo 4
Oh,
in all
definitely.
honesty. And then now we're playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm hours in and no end in sight for the first act. I haven't gone into the
Oh,
next
it's
map yet.
long.
It's long, yeah, if you do everything, and then on top of that it has tremendous replay value. There's like especially if you're
Tremendous.
yeah, if you're into the role play mechanics, especially, you're going to be seeing a lot more action, or even just like, hey, I picked these classes, right? I hadn't tried any of the other ones out. There's always that value, and then on top of that, you can also like there's subclasses too, so it's insane. The level of customization and freedom that you have in the game is actually really really good.
All right, Mo, what do you think?
He only
Yeah,
played
I only
five
played
minutes.
like 5 minutes, but I
Oh,
think it's always good to have.
based on what you've seen
It's
so
always good
far.
to have a game like that out. I mean,
It reminds me of it. Like I said, it really does kind of remind me of Mass Effect a little bit, as far as like the way that the dialogue works. I think that, in all honesty, I wish games would kind of take that formula and kind of do something with it. Because it just seems to me that like the besides like BioWare, there's no one who really does dialogue like that anymore. You know what I mean? There's some
Yeah, I
copycats
totally
here or
feel it.
there, but none of them have been like noteworthy to catch those same kind of like moments that you would get in one of those in a BioWare game.
All right, so I'm gonna counter you a little bit
Go ahead.
just to play the opposite end of this.
Sure.
Is the game amazing? Yes, for what it is and how complete it is and what kind of value it gives you in terms of just the amount of gameplay. Yeah, game of the year. But I'm only saying that because there's nothing really in competition with it right now and that I played. Everything else falls short of it just based on the quality.
Well,
Personally for me, if I had something on the level of it that was just more polished, like if Remnant 2 was just a little bit higher on that list, it would that would be my game of the year. Just because I don't like playing BG3 by myself. I find it too boring by myself, but only because it's a slow type of the game, the combat's slow, and that's not bad, but it's like I feel like it really shines when you're playing with multiple people. This game definitely does the same way that Dungeons and Dragons, when you're playing with a bunch of friends, is much better. Obviously, nobody wants to play that by themselves, and if they do, I
I
want to
don't
meet
think
them.
it's possible to play by yourself.
I play by
Exactly.
myself.
So
Don't play with yourself. Yeah, don't play with yourself. Stop doing that.
any other time I would, but not this game.
Whoa.
But my
YouTube,
point,
YouTube, don't play with yourself. Okay, just
but my
find
point
find
is, my
find
point
find love. Okay, find.
my point is, for me, it's game of the year only because there's really nothing in competition, man. That's how bad it is right now. Now that's
Um,
not to take away
I'm
from
gonna
it.
I'm
It
gonna
is a
I'm gonna I'm
great
gonna
game.
disagree with you. I really think that the bar is very very hard to hit right now. It shouldn't be.
Well,
Like
that's
if,
my
if you were
point.
to if you were to argue that like no, it shouldn't be that hard to hit, but right now it is. Most game developers are really trying to figure out ways to put gotcha mechanics and shit like that in their games. And to be honest with you, as much as I love Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, I mean, those are kind of like they do have that problem where they are
Big
about
problem.
yeah, gambling, feed me money, and then afterwards like insert your tokens, and then you get a prize, and it might be a shit prize, and so I think that I really hope that games stop taking that model. Now, to be honest with you though, like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, they're free. I mean, ultimately, you download the game, you can play it, you don't have to give them a penny, but it's like your enjoyment of the game is going to be kind of shaped by what characters you have access to, and some of the best characters, unfortunately, you have to pay money for, or you have to hope that you can gain enough stuff to roll on those particular characters.
Mm,
But go ahead.
no, I
Go
was
ahead.
agreeing with you.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just so. But going back to like you know sorry, going back to Baldur's Gate 3, I think that one of the good things about it is that it's not trying to do that. It's not trying to set itself up to be able to make money from you in the long term. It just, here's a game, you paid for it, it's a full game. And yeah, maybe it wasn't at the early access, like I said, early. Pay attention to what the early access caption says. It does literally say that like this is still in development, so there's going to be massive changes from time to time
Well,
on it.
I found important news that a game did dethrone Baldur's Gate
Oh,
on
What?
nice.
Steam.
What was it?
Starfield
What?
That doesn't surprise
I
me.
don't. I don't. No, hold on. Wait. Dethrone it how?
by how many orders? It's outselling so far Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that. Baldur's Gate is definitely a harder sell than something like Starfield.
Well, Starfield, bear in mind that but Starfield is made by Bethesda, same game
Bigger
is
name.
bigger name. They made the Elder Scrolls, which has a lot of lore to it.
A
They also
gameplay
made
style that's a lot more appealing.
um
As much as I do enjoy this game.
yeah, they made Skyrim, or I'm sorry, going back to Fallout. Sorry, Fallout is another one of theirs. There's something else that I'm actually missing. I think they made something that what was it? Besides
I will
besides
say I'm really
Starfield,
curious to see if it's good. Like I'm waiting to see people play it and actually let me know if it's good or if it's just more of the same
the
bullshit that we
thing
just
the thing
saw.
is that like that game is gonna have mods, and that's what's gonna make it good.
I know, yeah, but that would pretty much mean it's not going to be Game
This
of the Year even
this
close.
is the problem. The problem is that even if it's not game of the year material, I don't think it's going to be game of the year material. However, what I do think is that Bethesda's going to release it. It's going to be buggy as shit. It's going to have a whole bunch of fucking problems. The character models are probably not going to be as great as they could have been. And then what's going to happen is modders are going to step in. They're going to beautify the fucking shit out of all the fucking character models. They're going to put additional physics. They're going to also they're going to fix the bugs. They're going to have their own unofficial patches. This is what happens with Skyrim. It happens with Fallout, like all of them. Okay, all of the Elder Scrolls games, and it happens with all the Fallout games.
And if I had to choose between the two of these games, and I haven't played whatever that game is called, Starfield,
Hmm.
I feel like definitely Baldur's Gate 3 should get the nomination or the
How do you
win.
know?
I'm just saying because it's like they don't have any microtransactions. It's a company that has been putting out nothing but quality. As much
Ha!
as I may be against or might be bored on certain aspects of the gameplay, it
And
the
you know
quality's
what?
there.
You'd be actually correct. What's going to happen? Because here's the problem that I have with Bethesda personally. The Creation Club. I think that where it's good that modders are able to actually go into it, use Bethesda's assets, and actually create mods using said assets. I think that it's a bit of I think it was basically a way for them to take the modders, turn them into like people to make additional DLC and microtransactions. That's what the Creation Club is, because they're basically paid mods. So essentially, before like you go to the Nexus mods, for example, the mods there are free. You can choose to donate, but you don't have to pay for any of the mods that you see there. Now, what the Creation Club did was it kind of poached some of the modders there, and then now they're kind of working with Bethesda. They do get paid a certain percentage, but Bethesda takes like a portion of it. And so that was what I was telling you guys like a few episodes ago, a few volumes ago, was that like that's one of the things that I have against Bethesda is that in all honesty, okay, so let me add some additional context. If Bethesda were to actually make it so that the modders get 100% or even just like a larger cut, okay, because I don't remember what it was that they were taking, but I really feel like the modders themselves have to be getting majority of it. If I'm wrong on that, my bad. But my thoughts were, I think that they probably have a pretty decent chunk of whatever it is that they make off the mods. But anyway, but that's what Starfield's going to be. It's probably going to continue the fucking the creation club, and they're going to continue to take from the modding community.
That game will do great, just fine, as long as the core basics are entertaining enough and there's stuff for them to build on, and they don't completely suck the blood out of the modern community. If they let the modders do what they're gonna do, that game will do well.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that hey, and if you're a type of person that actually does download mods, please consider donating. Seriously, I think that there's a lot of good mods out there, and I really think that that I do support modders getting paid or at least compensated in some way. I just think that I really just don't like the fact that Bethesda's getting basically is making it so that they can poach and get more money essentially out of it instead of releasing their own DLC, which is what they've done before in the past. I don't understand like why they started to make the modders make the like build additional stuff for them, build additional DLC and microtransactions just so that they
It's
can make
cheaper.
additional profits. Well,
It's
yeah, well,
cheaper,
yeah.
and
I
they
mean,
don't
I
have to hire
know,
them.
I know. I'm just saying, it really is a fucking predatory
Slave labor.
practice. It's predatory as fuck, though, in my
It
opinion.
really is. It really is. I mean, anybody else have anything else to say about Baldur's Gate?
Okay, so my penis size was pretty big. I just wanted to
The
let
settings
Mo
don't
down.
get that big. Stop lying.
Yeah,
They
yeah. He
don't. They
said
don't get that
he
big.
says that, but he hasn't seen it yet.
You gonna show me?
Yeah, you want to see it, big boy?
You're not gonna like what I put mine.
Oh,
What? Whack.
Wah.
Whack.
All right. So I'm gonna go back to Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm gonna say, listen, I really think that it's very difficult to top this game as far
No,
as
it
what it
definitely is. Now it
as far
is.
as what its genre is. And no, I would even argue, even if the games that we like, okay, that we love from back in the day would actually compete with this, okay, same graphics,
Mm.
everything, right? I still think it would be a very difficult to top it.
I don't know, man.
You have to
There's
really
so
think
many.
about what's happening. Okay,
Grand Theft
number
Auto.
one, hold on. One thing that I want to point out: when you and I were seeing cutscenes with our characters and stuff like that, what's happening? I talk to an NPC. What can you do? You can come up and you can actually listen. You can actually see the same cinematic that I'm seeing between two
I mean,
characters.
it's
Okay,
polished. Yes, it's very
yeah,
polished.
very
Yeah,
polished.
but other games done that
Everything
as
works.
well.
Yeah, it's not nothing new. What's
Something like
happening
that.
is okay. No, what it is
Well,
they
while you
have all
can,
those polished features in
while
one
that's
game.
happening, well, no, hold on. While that's happening, I could literally go across halfway across the map. Okay, while he's in dialogue, and I could literally start a fight with someone.
Other games done that as well.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have done that.
Okay,
Dragon
name it.
Age.
There you go. Boom.
That's not 2-player.
Yes, it
Oh.
is.
That's one. It's literally
Dragon
one
Age
player.
is 2-player.
Are you sure?
It's
How much
not.
want to bet?
Yeah. How much you want to bet? I'm on his side.
Okay, hold on. 2-player, like couch co-op, or are you saying 2-player online? Because there's no 2-player online.
I'm pretty sure one of the Dragon Age games has multiplayer online.
Yeah.
Oh, Inquisition, but that's not this. That's not the
Yeah,
same thing,
but
though.
they
It's
did.
not?
They did the same thing you're talking about.
No,
Yeah.
what they
Mo's
did.
right.
No, what they did was they actually put in, like, you know how Mass Effect 3 had multiplayer, where you had like that you could just like basically kill a whole bunch of stuff. That you had like mobs, and there was like, kind of like a horde mode. I think that's what they kind of did for Inquisition, but it wasn't like it wasn't an additional player in your campaign, unless it was couch
wait,
co-op. That's the only
are
other
you-
thing. But as
Are
far
you
as
trying
like
to say?
online, no, it's they didn't have that.
So you're trying
I
to say that
still own
Baldur's
all
Gate
those
3?
games, by the way.
So you're trying to say that Baldur's Gate 3 is the most polished game ever?
I didn't say it was the most polished game ever.
Okay,
No.
so what are you getting at exactly?
I'm trying to say that you have to really consider all the elements that are actually in this particular game, okay, and how long it would have taken to do.
But
all that.
Okay, in this day and age, yes.
No, not in this day and age.
No, we're not in the
because
golden age. This is
they
dark
use
ages.
AI.
Okay, hold on. That doesn't take from the fact that this is a really good game.
That's
I
true.
mean, at the end of the
He's got a
game,
point.
at the end of the day, the methods are kind of like, okay, well,
The
we can sit up
method
here and
is
complain.
madness, but it works.
What?
The method was madness, and it worked.
Yeah, well, I mean,
AI.
it's maddening if that's what it took. But
I mean, AI
personally,
made it.
I don't like the fact that AI is being used in this kind of way. But at the same time, I'm like, listen, it's still a
But what
good
if it
game.
makes more games of this polish? And like, what if it helps make games take games
But
back to the
doesn't it
golden
take
age?
away from
I think,
developers?
yeah, not only that, but it
I mean, do
also
we need them though?
oh, also consider the possibility that art is now in jeopardy. There's like art has no purpose anymore. They've pretty much trivialized it.